Hi, so welcome to, I shouldn't really say this week's video, I should say this month's video because it's been about 4 or 5 weeks since I've actually sent out a weekly video. So it's a quick update and some exciting news. So what's been happening in my world? Well, something quite interesting. About 4 or 5 weeks ago, Google stopped allowing me to place adverts, stopped my advertising with the reason of addiction. I've got somebody who works with me doing Google ads, so we went off, and she's a very, very qualified lady, very, very qualified. We went off and we looked to see what was wrong, and we couldn't really get a response. So it's been about 4 weeks or so with very minimal new clients. Really, the new clients came from referrals of current clients, which, by the way, I am 100% really, really, really appreciative of. Anyway, as it turns out, Google have a rule that says that unless you're an addiction recovery center, somebody like me is not allowed to do addictions anymore. I'm not even allowed to have them on my website. So regardless of the fact of whether I've helped people get out of gambling or alcohol or, drugs, and there's people watching this who know how powerful my work is for addictions, officially I'm not allowed to do it anymore. So it is what it is. I'm not big enough to fight the big G, but what I did have the opportunity to do was actually take a step back in that few weeks. And in that time, what I realized is that I suppose forever I've been really looking for the holy grail of how you can actually lose weight without ever having to diet again. And so, as some of you, lots of you potentially would know, that over the last number of years, I've been teaching people how to become intuitive eaters, how to actually change their eating patterns. But having this 4 weeks, almost all, for not having as many clients, I have decided to put together a new program. And this new program basically combines what you'd have learned with intuitive eating. It also combines what I would work with on addictions, because really part of the problem with food is that some of it is actually an addictive problem. And because I am a nutritionist, that's my history, put in some nutritional principles. Not dieting, never will be dieting. But I'm combining all of those elements together to put a program called Body Recipe. So if you have 8 to 10 kilos, or maybe even, if you've got 2 or 3 kilos, this is not for you. But if you've got at least 7, 10 kilos, or maybe you've got 30 kilos and you're watching this and you want to change, and dieting doesn't work, then I suggest come join me on Body Recipe. For those of you who have already worked with me on 6 8-week programs, not the beta, but a proper program, I am going to give you 40% discount as initial joining fee on the initial program. 40%. So that's like incredible. So if you've done anxiety and you want to actually lose some weight, perfect opportunity. Or maybe you've done some intuitive eating and you're like, Anne, yeah, look, I really like the intuitive eating, but I really want to up the ante a little bit, then this is an ideal program. If on the other hand, you've been watching this and you've never worked with me, you've just done a beta version of the program, and you want to actually get on board with this, if you want to change your eating habits forever, if you want to be able to look at something that's a trigger food and actually be able to think, I actually don't want it. That's the difference between dieting and actually using Body Recipe, using hypnosis. If that's you and you haven't worked with me, I'm going to give you a 10% discount as an initial offer. Now, these are only going to be very, very short term. So if you are interested, if you've got those kilos on your body and you've been really, really, really wanting them to get off, then I suggest this is a golden opportunity. All you've got to do is reply back yes to this email, and I will get in touch with you and let you know. It's literally coming out in the next 2 weeks. Imagine literally for Christmas being completely different approach, different attitude to food, different relationship with food. Imagine actually having a recipe where you never had to worry about it again. Like from moving forward, you've created new habits that it just becomes a non-issue. So if that's what you want to do, then I would love to hear from you. Please just reply yes to this email. So that's it for now. My commitment is that I am going to start obviously up more regular emails. It's just for the last 4 or 5 weeks, things have been pretty intense. And like anybody, I don't give my tools to the people I work with. I use the tools for myself. And let me tell you, I've been using those tools. Anyway, looking forward to hearing from you and looking forward to helping you lose those kilos if that's what you want to do. And even if you think, oh, I don't know if this is going to work for me, that's what lots of people, in fact, that's what most people think when they come to hypnosis. They hope it'll work, but they don't know it'll work, and it really will change your mind and how you think about food. So, see you then. Looking forward to being in contact soon.